countdown. So 5,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So this is what I was thinking. How is it possible to discover something which is already occupied? And this dilemma is answered because the people who received it as a discovery was different than the people who was actually occupying the land from which it couldn't be a discovery. There are two facts. Look at this. He's considered to be a hero, you know, and he is to his people. You know, he did them a great service. But in order to do them a great service, you had to do the native people of this land a disservice. And this is the dilemma of America, the dichotomy, if you will, that one people has benefited upon and because of an injustice committed to other people. It's something that has not been addressed properly, or corrected. Nor do they want to, because they still benefit from this. You know, the enslavement of a whole people and the massacring of a whole people. It is tantamount to the same thing that we see in the Christian religion, a subject that is not talked about, although known. And this subject I'm talking about is the birth of Christ. We can attribute the birth of Christ to be exactly similar to the history of Christopher Columbus, a subject known but not known, discussed but not discussed. What do I mean? Everyone knows that during the birth of Christ that there was an edict or a judgment, a decree, if you will, that came from the government itself to murder babies to stop Christ from being born. Think about that. They murdered babies. Thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands of babies to stop the birth of one man from ever being born. And it's never talked about in any church. How's that not like this here? What has happened under the guise of Christopher Columbus and the so-called discovery of this new world that was inhabited by 500 nations. And he massacred 500 nations and massacred a whole continent in order to populate this continent over here. And it's not discussed. It's discussed but not discussed. It's discussed but not discussed. I say it's discussed, but it's not discussed. So go ahead and celebrate Columbus Day.
Leave it on. Hold on. Leave it on. Fuck all that. That shit was a powerful breakdown of messages. But this nigga, he's a nigga. He's the original nigga. Cave dweller. He's a nigga, based on the definition of the word, right? This original nigga is the undisputed heavyweight terrorist of the motherfucking world. Right? Let's look at it like, we ain't gonna even look at it from the civilized laws of the original people. We're gonna look at it from their hypocritical laws, right? They got statutes dealing with robbery. He mastered that. They got statutes dealing with rape. He mastered that. They got statutes dealing with murder. He married that. He mastered that. He mastered murder and mayhem. So who is Christopher Columbus to me? He is the undisputed heavyweight terrorist of the world. In fact, I'm not going to even use my words. We're going to use his words. When you go to his diaries, right? When he's seen the so-called native people of this land, he said his words was, once he took some of them on his ship, he accosted them, right? And he said, they know now the weapons, we can take them.